see here. I see that Shaggy Freak only has plastic bowls. Well, it's a different sound. Great music for dental surgery. Okay. And I have some noise in here right now because the microphone's right next to the MacBook, so whenever the fan turns on, you can hear that. I did not turn off my refrigerator. So I see pushed buttons question. Did that answer your question, pushed button? About sampling real life instruments? Any part that I didn't answer there? Scrolling down, a lot of chat going on here. Refrigerator plugins, nice. Can some let's see here. I just lost. Oh yeah, condenser mics are known for picking up extra unwanted sounds. Is that right? Well, yeah. I mean, they are sensitive. Like an SM58, is going to pick up sounds that are really close to it and right in front of it. And so that makes it good for, singers on stage where you don't want to get feedback from the monitors. Yeah, condenser microphones are more sensitive, so they're more suited for other things, like being used as overhead mics or acoustic instrument mics. Well, and also recording vocals in the studio. I think that a nice condenser microphone, a nice large diaphragm condenser microphone, a really good one is gonna really react much more like the human ear. So yeah, you will hear everything, but still the loudest noise is gonna be dominant. So if there is some background noise, it might not ruin the show. Yeah, you can hear us. My condenser picks up a mouse click 1 foot away better than the voice right in front of it. Oh, 10 feet away. Do you ever tune the samples or sample and tune in order to play them with other instruments? Well, what I did with the bowls, I can't remember if I manually had to tune any of those, but the NNXT will actually automatically detect the pitch, and then you can auto-mat in NNXT, and it'll put those pitches on the corresponding keys. And then you can have your key zones, of this. That's not a bowl, but see if I can keep my thought together. So these bowls, their pitches are kind of all over the place, and then you'll just have your key zone. So so that wherever one bowl is, it'll kind of keep going up until halfway the distance to where the next, the bowl is. You can kind of set it however you want it. Thanks, James, for the comment on the track. for a little break in the action while I read your chats here. Push button wants me to sample something. You know, there's one thing that for whatever reason, I couldn't figure it out. My roll wasn't working on my pad control today, and I don't know why. Oh, hey, man. I see a comment from the guy who was taking pictures at SAE. I've been wanting to get in touch with you, but I think I didn't get your card. It'd be cool to see those pictures and get in touch. Let me get something to sample. We still got some time. Be right back. Chat amongst yourselves. All right. 12 string, that probably I'm not gonna worry about tuning or anything like that. I'm gonna go back to my record shot here. And I'm gonna initialize this. I don't have to initialize it, I can just use a different pad. Let's find a scale. Okay. I don't have a pick, but that should be okay. Yeah. Here's one. Okay. Okay, that start point looks fine. We'll do this one. I think we're getting just about as much birds as we are guitar on this. I see people are talking about recording. And someone says I turned a closet in my project studio into a little recording room. Try recording in a closet with padding or full of coats. You know, that sounds funny, but it totally makes sense. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen some of my how-to videos, but some of those voiceovers, because I had a really reflective room that I was recording in, you would have laughed if you would have seen me recording the voiceovers, because I had I switch back to my other camera here. I had like mic stands used to prop up like blankets in front of the mic, or some. I've even done it like with the blanket over my head or something. So just trying to damp some of those reflections. Let's see, how far did I get here before I started talking? Okay, so I want this one. Okay. I'll do 2 more. Looks good. And 1 more. Okay. Obviously that's not controlling what I think it's supposed to be controlling. So we've got those bowls from before. And sorry. Yeah. So this is just like a $200 12-string guitar that plays pretty well, but that sounds even cooler than the zither. So yeah, it's a repurposed instrument, I guess. Music Man 55 is asking me, what is the best tutorial DVD to buy for Reason 5 and record? I want to answer that question, but I don't know the answer because I just haven't watched them all. So if anyone, if James or Ryan or any of the users on here have a suggestion, that would be cool. I saw it when I went away to get the guitar. Somebody said, "Bring back a cat." Sorry, I don't have a cat available, and I wouldn't want to put that on video anyway because it might be a Humane Society violation. Somebody asked, what is a good mic for a beginner like me? Rosebush 200-1. It depends what you want to record. If you want to put a microphone in front of your guitar amp, an SM57 is great. As a matter of fact, that's a cool mic to have around. If you want a vocal mic, I haven't used them all, but to tell you what's cool, but I can tell you that MXL, if you're looking for something really inexpensive, they make some large diaphragm condenser mics that are extremely inexpensive. You might want to read some reviews and maybe use your ears, if you can actually have it set up and listen through some headphones. Rode also has some large diaphragm condensers that are not very expensive. I think they have kind of a range from not so expensive to kind of expensive. As you can tell, I've now run out of material, so it's all conversation from here. Somebody suggested that I'm off to get a baby cow. The Shaggy Freak says, once you stop learning, you might as well be dead. I agree with that. I think if we're doing it right, we are students until the day we die. Even if by other people's perspective they might think we've mastered something, I think it wouldn't be interesting to think that you'd mastered anything, you know. No matter how I try to scroll down to the bottom of this chat, I keep losing my place. How do you save these instruments? As a combinator? Yeah, sometimes as a combinator, or sometimes just in NNXT. Like these ones that I brought up today were all just I think they were all just NNXT patches, because I didn't add any effects there. Thanks, Eric Tusax. Thanks for checking it out. How would I transition what I just recorded to NNXT from Kong? Well, I'd fumble around a bit, but let's see. Let's see what I can do here. I should have. Let me go back to my record screen here, and you can enjoy my fumbling around with me. I'm having mouse location problems. There we are. So I should have these samples here. And ooh, I don't want that. So I should be able, if I can just find this unassigned samples folder. Let's see how that'll work. I'll create an NNXT. And initialize it. And go down here. And see if I can find where my, there we go, unassigned samples. And will it let me bring in a group of them? Yes. And let's see. Sort zones by note. Set root notes from pitch detection. Sort. I'm going to either sort zones by note. No. So I'll do that. I'm supposed to know how to do this stuff. I'm supposed to automap zones. Or do I want to automap zones chromatically? No, I didn't want to do that. I think I wanted to just automap zones. All right, here we go. So that's weird. What sample am I? Let me just make sure I have the right NNXT. I do. So this should be working. I don't know why I have that super weird. Well, this is how how I'd try to do it. So that's what that is. Sample 8 is nothing. Okay, I guess I got some of the samples that were lame, and that's why I only have bowls. Let's see what these are. Were you able to figure out how I was supposed to do this? Okay. So these are the samples that I wanted. So these are all in unassigned. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's initialize this patch again. Live TV. Okay. So self-contained samples is what I really wanted. Let's just take the guitars. How about that? So let's take these. Okay. And then I will set root notes from pitch detection, and then auto map zones. And okay, now we're cooking with gas. It would sound cooler if the decay was turned up a little. That's the mod envelope. This is the amp envelope. Okay. So it turned out a little bit weird. I heard a weird. It didn't detect the pitch correctly on one of them, but that happens sometimes. But I hope that answers the question without me floundering any further. Ryan, were you doing live rooster removal during PEF's broadcast before? And yes, NXT can browse rec slices as well. Skip Forward asks. Yeah, some samples are overlapping. Yeah, I saw that in the right here. That's going on. Okay, what did I record 12 string into, and what's Kong? Is that new in Reason 5? Yeah, I did. I recorded it into Kong. I just sampled. There's going to be a rebroadcast of this. I mean, it's going to be available, I believe, on the Propellerhead site in a day or so, and you'll be able to see what I did there. But yeah, in Reason 5, there is now a live sampling button in all the sample-based instruments. So, like if I just go to a pad, here's Kong, and sample. Okay. Sample, sample, sample. Yeah, so it's that quick. And on NXT, you'll see that there's also a sampling button, and on Redrum, every channel of Redrum has a sampling button, and there's also NN19 as well. NN19 is the fastest, easiest one for having a just one sample played pitched across the keyboard. So if I initialize this patch here and sample,
sample, sample, sample, sample, sample, sample, sample.
That's pretty easy. think I'll wrap this up at 12:15, so about 10 minutes. And if you don't mind bearing with me while I try to read through this chat a little bit. When will you show some mixing tricks for people who cannot mix? My mixes always sound muddy or flat sounding. One of these days, maybe we'll do some mixing at a master class. I did do an event recently at SAE in Los Angeles that was completely on mixing. I realize that doesn't help you because I don't think there's video of that, sorry. But there's some great mixing tricks. If you look on Substance, on Record You, search the forums. Also, there are a lot of knowledgeable people contributing to the community about mixing. I just saw a comment, could you record something and then make it into something unrecognizable? Well, I could try. Just to show a little bit of the stretching stuff. I'll create an audio track. Double monitoring there. This is an experiment. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay. If I played that to a click, it might have been more convenient. But anyway, I will loop that. So one thing I can do right off the back is I can reverse the clip. Let me go back to my Alt stretch the hell out of this. That might have been more stretch than was absolutely necessary. Adding a little bit of reverb. I'll even pan the reverbs. think I'll just leave that in the background so we can all trip out. Somebody asked, they try to sample and they only get the sound in their left speaker. Probably what's going on. Let me go back to my screenshot here. Look up at the top here, the sampling input. Click your rack around. So maybe what's happening is that you have a microphone that's only plugged into one of these, and so this is this is stereo. So there's nothing coming out here. So there's and by the way, this is in Reason 5 and Record. So you could either see what you could do with that. Like in Kong, you've got a pan. I guess one thing you can do is in your mixer, if it's stereo, you can turn this width all the way down, and then it doesn't matter if the thing's just on one side. You could also split the signal with a splitter. Let me see one other thing, how this will work. So I've got, okay, so now my sample input is just that one side. But my monitoring setup is such, I'm still hearing things in stereo, so I don't really know what's up with that. So I don't think that I'm going to help you any further with this answer. Yeah, that was the question. Yeah, that was what I was going for. If you only plug in the left sample input, it'll record a mono sample. I thought that was the case, but wanted to test it before I told you that was true, because I often doubt myself. I was on the right path. Thank you, Echo Drum. I like it when the people watching know the answer sooner than I do. All right. Instead of trying to scroll through all of these, I'm just going to look at the most recent ones. Have I got something that I've sampled in a track that makes me chuckle to myself? Yes. Let me show it to you if I can find it. I've got like a minute left. Here we go. Let's see if okay. I heard this sound in my apartment, my old apartment that I don't live there anymore, and I thought that my neighbors were listening to dubstep or something, but it was actually my water heater. So yes, that was that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here so that Propellerhead can get ready for the next broadcast. But I really thank you all for sticking around and checking this out, and for all your questions. And apologies for all the questions I missed. I know I probably got a pretty small sampling of them, but this has been fun. So thanks a lot.